Right guys, so this is part two of the video. So basically you saw me deliding the CPU. It's no secret how you delid the RSX. I've done it in another video as well. So that was the new part. That's what I do new in the deliding process of the CPU. Now it is probably the hardest. It's definitely the hardest one to delid out of the two. So now we're going to be basically looking at the results. Now this version, I've never done this board before, but this is, let's have a look, an L03. So it has, I think, a Neurovision CPU and a Neurovision RSX. So 65 nanometer RSX, which is more reliable. Yes, basically I think you saw me do it with Tony's one. I put tape around it, which is double-sided tape to prevent any spills, and then we put the liquid metal on. So we've got preventative measures there. So we've got preventative maintenance, and we've got preventative measures on the preventative maintenance to stop the spill. So we've covered all angles. This has been partially put together. There's the rest of the screws there, just to test. So the best thing to do is pop in a game that is going to resource the system. Just giving it a clean with the cloth. Did drop it, so let's give it another clean. Right. This console was full of dust, but what I will say is these L-Revision models, I've never seen one with a failed RSX. So I think by this point, in these late fat models, they've got pretty much the RSX failure sorted, but they are more prone to NEC token failure. Because of that, we then put thermal pads on the tokens top and bottom as well as replacing the pads that are obviously already there. I've just got this on very low fan speed. I've got this on 30% fan speed. I'm just going to pop that up in the corner. So when I came up with this deliding technique, first of all I did put it around the whole thing, and that's how I know it was safe, because it was fine. It actually, the console did put it, but I just wasn't happy with how it felt taking it off. I think I'm so used to the resistance that with the sealant remover all the way around, it actually felt like I was scraping the board, but I wasn't. I was scraping the sealant off. Much to my relief when I did it, even though it was an artifact. It was one that was artifacting, graphical glitches on the screen. I didn't want to kill the board in that way, and I didn't. So that's when I knew, well, if it's fine to do the whole chip, then it's going to be absolutely fine to do the point of entry, which is the corner that you cut into. So I'm just going to pause this while I get the game going, and I'll see you in a moment. Right, so I'm into the game, and yeah, we are on 30% fan speed, which is an acceptable decibel level. It's actually very low on this console on the L-Revision. You can barely hear it, to be honest. And yeah, we are on 30% fan speed, 53 CPU, 52 RSX. Very, very happy. Yeah, I mean, you're just not going to have a problem with these sort of temperatures. Anything below 65 is great. And then obviously don't turn the console off until you've got the console below 55 degrees. You might be able to hear the fan because I haven't got any sound on this, but at the moment you put sound on the game, you just can't hear it. Just can't hear the fan anymore actually, I haven't got the sound going. So that's quite nice to have on this console as well. Obviously once it's fully installed with Custom Dash, then we are good to go with PS2 games. I have installed Custom Dash on this.
Let's grab our gear.
Using the PS3toolset.com. Very easy process, very smooth. I did walk somebody through it over the phone the other day and it wasn't. I don't know why. All sorts of issues, but in the end we got it there. We just had to restart the PS3.
All right, Texas. Push me out. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
So yeah, I mean, tests on this are absolutely fine. Just going to pause it. I do believe I've installed a game. So I'd like to, a PS2 game. I think Simpsons Hit and Run I installed on this. So let's have a look at that. And we should have a Webman Games PlayStation 2. The Simpsons Hit and Run, this one. There we go. So I have set the fan to go up to protect it. Now you will hear the fan, 40%. But on this revision I probably could put that down to 35. Do some tests, if it's happy on 35 I'll put it on that. It's a better experience for the customer if they can't hear the fan so loudly. And there you can see PlayStation 2 logos come up. We're obviously on a normal revision, that's not backwards compatible, but it will play them. What I've done in Webman as well is I've set, I believe I've set auto configuration. Let me just come out of that a second. There is a stabilization issue on my phone camera, and I have tried turning it on and off. It doesn't make any difference. So I do apologise if it looks a bit wobbly. I just need a better setup basically. I'll get one in time. Right, I think we just go to game settings and sort this out. We want full screen. And also what I'll do is I'll do the whole auto config for you on Webman. That's really important. It gives you maximum compatibility with the smoothing on. So if you go to Webman Games and then Webman Setup, you go to the bottom where it says Update Webman Mod, and then what we want to do is PS2 config database and install. Just realised it might not be connected to my hotspot because my hotspot isn't on. So I'll just cancel that for the moment. Just make sure I'm online. We are now. There we go, Webman Games, Webman Setup, and then down to the bottom, update Webman mod, and then we go to PS2 config database, install. Yep. And what this will do is now download. Takes about a minute, so I'll pause it and I'll see if it comes to the end of the download and you can see it install. And that's just coming towards the end of the download. Didn't even take a minute, it's pretty quick. There you see it install. So it's installing the PS2 config database to your PS3, which is a very nice add-on to put on Webman. There we go, all done. So what we do is we go to Webman again, Webman Games, Webman Setup, and then we go to PS3 Webman Setup. Right, so let me just home in on this part at the top. So here you want to go for scan for content, and then you want to make sure auto config is ticked. You'll probably find it unticked, and then you just tick it like this. Come down to the bottom and save. Maybe if I'm just zooming in too much, and yeah, I think it just needs to know where the edge of my TV is. Maybe let's try that. Okay. Right, so we're just going to come out of this now, and what we're going to do is we're going to restart the system. So we go to, we do it through Ultimate Toolbox, Power Options, and then Soft Reboot. Straight anyway. Then we get to Webman Games, PlayStation 2, we get to The Simpsons. And now what we should be getting is the best config file for this game. That's if it needs it. Some games are PS2 classics, which means that they were sold on the PSN store. These run perfectly. Don't need any config file. It's already configured and it's fine. And then you get some that have issues and do need a config. And I'm guessing, I mean, I need to look into it, but I'm guessing what that does is it loads the config file for you. If it does that, it's great. But I'll know, because I know I had some issues on some games, and I'll try it on those, and if I get better results, then I know that the old auto config is working. can see my temperatures at the top left. If I just zoom out, you might be able to see them too. Yeah, 51 and 43, so that's no, that's extremely cool. Let's disable the tutorial and get straight on with the game. So yeah, I can tell you now the smoothing really does work. This is a very smooth graphics. I have played it without and it just looks really dated. Going through the HDMI. This would have been more the picture quality you'd have got on your CRT, so it's more authentic having it this way. Just these high definition TVs do expose everything now.
Ow! My neck! Ow! My ass!
Oh, dear. Yeah, driving around and playing the game. Let's have a look. 51 and 46 still, so yeah. So the RSX falls asleep, it's all CPU. And but if the CPU gets too hot, it will warm up the RSX. But now with liquid metal on this and the delidding and everything we've done, this is set to last for such a long time. Right. So that's the end of the test. Obviously on The Last of Us, no problem at all at 30% fan speed. On 40% fan speed, it just didn't break a sweat playing PS2 games. And if you're happy with that, and you've got an L revisions, keep it on that, because you're just never going to get an overheating issue. But if you want a better gaming experience and you can hear the fan, you can easily put this down to 35. In fact, I'm going to do it now. Let's go into Webman Games. It loads up properly. Webman Setup, PS3 Webman Setup. And we can happily put this on 35% fan speed for PS2 emulation, so let's do that. And that's it. Right, well, thanks for watching. That concludes the lidding video and the test afterwards, and yeah, you can really see that these consoles do benefit from a complete refurbishment, delid, liquid metal, the whole shebang. Thanks for watching. Bye.